Now the other things we are going to discuss is conjunction in Urdu Hindi. So the conjunction means it is a connector or it is a syntactic connector that links the two linguistic elements. Sometimes it links the two words, sometimes two phrases, sometimes two clauses, and to form the coherent or the logical relation in discourse. So, for example, if we have the two sentence, so we can connect both sentences with one conjunction. So it is very useful for making the coherent or for making the discourse more logical. So they perform the crucial function in sentences construction by expressing the addition, contrast, condition, cause, sequence, or consequence. Like sometimes we are adding like मैं और मेरा दोस्त, sometimes contrast, मैं या वो, sometimes condition या तुम या वो, sometimes cause, ऐसा करो ताकि ऐसा हो, ताकि तुम पास हो जाओ, पढ़ाई करो ताकि तुम पास हो जाओ. So that the cause is consequence. Sometimes they are in sequence, and most of the conjunction are indeclinable or invariable. Like we have the conjunction like or, ya, लेकिन, चुनांचे, ताके. So these are the conjunction. They are invariable or indeclinable. So they do not change according to the gender, number, or case in a sentence. So they usually appear between the two elements. So they connect. So unlike the prepositions or the postposition which precede or follow their complement, but the conjunction occurs between the two words or the two phrase or two sentences. So conjunction play a vital role in both syntax and semantics. So they not only connect the grammatical structure but also indicate the logical relationship like cause and effect, contrast, time or choice or alternation. So we have the conjunction in Urdu Hindi. The first one is the coordinated or the coordinating conjunction. So they connect the equal grammatical units such as two nouns, two adjective, two verbs, or two independent clauses. So here we have the example. Ali और Ahmad दोस्त हैं. So they are two nouns. So it expresses the meaning of the addition or the inclusion. So joining two equal noun phrase. And the other is ya. Like तुम जाओ या मैं जाऊं. So here ya express the choice or alternative functioning the between two options. That is ya. So which give the meaning of choice or alternation. So either this one or this one. And the other example like वो खाए और सोए. And या कभी नहीं. So this kind of conjunction we have. Other types of conjunction is subordinating conjunction. So these conjunction link main clause with the dependent or the subordinate clause. So that this clause depends on the clause of this subordinate clause depends on the main clause. So the meaning of this clause depends on this main clause, and it indicating the relation of time, cause, condition or purpose. मैं जानता हूं कि वो आएगा. So it introduced the complement clause. So मैं जानता हूं कि वो आएगा. So कि वो आएगा is the dependent clause. So it has the मैं जानता हूं. So when we have this main clause, so it gives the full meaning. So it expressing what is known, believed or said. So it is the complement clause. I know that he will come. And now we have the agar. It is also adding some conditional clause. Like अगर वो आए तो मुझे बताना. There is some condition. So it marks a conditional clause. So it expressing the hypothetical situation. So it is the subordinating conjunction अगर. And जब also जब वो आया तो सब खुश हुए. So it is the temporal relation. So indicating between two clauses. जब वो आया तो सब खुश हुए. And we have the other coordinating conjunction, the क्योंकि. मैं नहीं गया क्योंकि बारिश हो रही थी. मैं नहीं गया क्योंकि बारिश हो रही थी. So here the क्योंकि adding the two clause. But in the main clause मैं नहीं गया क्योंकि बारिश हो रही थी is the dependent clause. So it as expressed as the causal relation. So the reason or justification for an action. And the other common subordinators are in Urdu Hindi अगरचे, ताकि, हालांकि, चुनांचे, चूंकि. So these kind of other subordinators we have in Urdu Hindi as a conjunction. So they function as a conjunction to for adding the two clause. One is the main clause and the other is the dependent and or the subordinate clause. And the third one is the correlative conjunction. So the correlative conjunction are used in pair to link the equivalent or the related ideas, often balancing two parts of a sentence semantically and rhythmically. So they are balancing two parts of the sentence, either in semantically or means in terms of semantics or rhythm. Like वो ना आया ना खत भेजा. There are two correlative conjunction. Like ना वो आया ना खत भेजा. So they are adding two equivalent or the related ideas. He neither came nor sent a letter. So used to express the negation of two parallel action or the atoms. That is the correlative conjunction na na. Neither nor na na. Either or, that is या तो या तो तुम जाओ या मैं जाऊं. So it explains the meaning of exclusive alternatives, like emphasizing a choice between two possibilities. So it is also the correlative conjunction. Other example like जब और तब. जब तब, like जब वो आया तब मैं गया. जितना काम करोगे उतना फायदा होगा. जितना उतना. So these are also the correlative conjunctions. So in the extended explanation, so they adding some semantic function also. So conjunction organize the logical or the temporal relation in discourse. They can denote the sequence like by jab. They can reason by क्योंकि, by condition by अगर, contrast by हालांकि. मैं वहां पहुंच गया हालांकि मैच शुरू नहीं हुआ था. So it gives the meaning of contrast, condition. अगर तुम आओगे तो मैं ऐसा काम करूंगा. रीजन क्योंकि वो नहीं पास हुआ क्योंकि वो उसने नहीं पढ़ा था. जब ये मीनिंग ऑफ सीक्वेंस. तुम जब आओगे तब वहां चलेंगे. And syntactic rules, so they connect the clauses of different dependency levels, like with sometimes with equal rank, sometimes with main with subordinate, and sometimes with two main clause, like the two independent clause also, with some other connectors. And at a discourse level, in speech and writing, the conjunction ensure the coherence and flow, allowing the speaker to express the complex thought smoothly. That means when we have the two or three sentences together, so by this conjunction, we can add the two or three sentences and just ellipsis the unnecessary words from that. So it is very useful for the coherence. And in the prosodic feature, the conjunction like to or per often carry the prosodic emphasis to mark the contrast or continuation. Now come to the interjection. So the interjection in Urdu Hindi are spontaneous exclamatory expressions. So it used to convey the strong or the immediate emotional reaction, such as the emotion of surprise, the emotion of joy, the emotion of pain, the emotion of anger, the emotion of admiration, or the emotion of sorrow. So all these emotions actually, or they are the spontaneous expression. So they used to express by the use of interjection. So they stand outside the grammatical structure of a sentence. So that is, they do not have the syntactic link with other words. and they are syntactically independent. Means that in the sentence we do not have any role. Means in the sentence they are not have any connection with other words. Like वाह आप तो बहुत अच्छे निकले, अरे ये क्या हो गया. So this kind of word like वाह, अरे, used as an interjection for the spontaneous expression to adding some meaning of surprise, joy, pain, or anger. So interjections are typical to spoken or expressive language, especially in dialogues, narratives, drama, and emotional discourse. So they are very expressive and they are using at the spoken language in some in dialogues and narratives and drama. And unlike the other parts of speech, the interjection do not carry the grammatical meaning or the inflection. Instead, they include the emotional tone or speaker's attitude. So they can appear alone before the sentence or be combined with other elements in a clause to enhance the expressive force. So they do not have any inflection of the agreement or some or any other changes according to the subject or object or the verb. So we have different types of interjection. One is for first one is for surprise or astonishment, like wow, tum yahan ho. So it expresses the meaning of sudden realization or astonishment. Are re, yeah, hi re, this kind of things also for surprising. And for pain and suffering, they use to the we are using mera haath jal gaya. So that give the meaning of pain or suffering. So they denote the sharp emotional or the physical discomfort. Another example, ush, मेरा हाथ जल गया, उफ हम उफ वो फेल हो गया. And it also the other types of interjection are disgust or aversion. Means it expresses the feeling or the function of disliking or distaste or contempt. Like छी, तुमने ये क्या किया. So it expresses the moral or physical repulsion. And the other types of interjection we use for admiration or approval. Wow, क्या खूबसूरत नज़ारा है. So it used to show the praise, excitement, or admiration. Meaning, wow, wow, what a beautiful view. So it denotes the appreciation or delight. It some in other example we have like shabash, तुमने बहुत अच्छा काम किया. Or we in English we have well done or bravo. And the other types of interjection we have calling, attention, or for greeting, like used to draw someone attention or to start an address and to start a communication. Are suno to, are suno to, hey listen. So it marks the attention, gating, or the emotional appeal. So we have other example of this calling attention like oe, oe suno to, ji suno to. This kind of interjection. Other types of interjection are sympathy or pity. So it expresses the meaning of sadness, compassion, or the condolence. Like अफसोस वो फौत हो गया. So in English we have alas, he was passed away. So it conveys the grief, regret, or empathy. And the other types of interjection we have the encouragement or praise, like शाबाश, तुमने बहुत अच्छा किया. So it used for motivation and commend someone to express the approval or encouragement. So syntactically that we have already discussed, they do not belong to the clause grammar. So the subject and predicate structure, so they have they are separated from those main grammar of the clause or sentence. So they function as emotional outbursts, discourse markers, or the vocative signal sometimes. So we have the vocative case. And prosodic or phonetic features, so interjection are often marked by strong intonation, pause, or exclamation markers. Like in writing, we are using the exclamatory markers in writing, and their phonetic realization may vary regionally or contextually. So some in the some variety like we are using oh ho for mild surprise. Oh, oh, oh. So for sarcastic tone, and in different varieties, in different colloquial speech, in different local speech, they have some variation in the use of those interjection. So, and the contextual variability, the same interjection can convey the different emotion depending on tone. Like, oh, may express the meaning of surprise, pain, sympathy, depending on the context or intonation. And array can also and use for affectionate or the startling. So it depends on the context and intonation. Oh, तुम तो पास हो गए. Is the meaning of surprise and pain and sympathy. Not pain, meaning of sympathy and surprise. अरे तुम भी पास हो गए. So it is the meaning of surprise or sympathy. And for culture and pragmatic rule, the Urdu-Hindi interjection reflect the cultural expressiveness and are heavily used for everyday speech, that folk songs, cinemas, and poetry. So they carry the emotional authenticity and immediacy that grammatical forms cannot. Means they are adding some emotional authenticity or and immediacy. So they are more culturally. So they are more culturally expressive. Means culturally they are very much expressive. And the borrowing and code mixing we are also using sometimes in for the interjection from English we are using like okay, oh, wow, bhai, wow, indeed. So these kind of things. So there are summary of our interjection. So we have like oh, for surprise, for pain, chi for ugly things, wow for bravo, and array for calling attention, afsos for sympathy, encouragement, shabash. And now I conclude the whole topic. So in this lecture, we have discussed the particles. So particles means we are adding some words to just adding the focus of emphasis, to for just to the meaning of emphasis, focus, and modality. And the conjunction means the words which joined or connect the two words, two phrase or two clauses. And the interjection means when we have the when we express the some emotion or reaction by adding some words at the initially in a sentence. So the particle conjunction and interjection play a vital role in sentence cohesion, tone, expression, in discourse, in conversation, in colloquial speech, in poetry, in folk song. So they enrich their communication by marking the emphasis, relationship between clauses or the emotional nuances. So thereby reflecting the expressive and flexible character of both languages, Urdu Hindi. So that means the Urdu Hindi are more expressive and they are more flexible, and they we are using all these particles, conjunction, and interjection in the communication or in conversation or poetically in the folk song also. Thank you.